Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the second part update of Lunar Classic for Saturday, 17th of September. What I want you to do is start to scratch your head because this is so tricky. Oh my goodness, man. I was just sitting down and I was looking at the whole charts. I do have so many, people in the comment section saying there's a falling wedge. Some people are saying it's going to come down to 17,000. There are mixed opinion, and let me be honest with you, this whole chart that you have right now is absolutely you know it's nested right now. It's so tricky. There are so many different scenarios that you just don't understand what to do, and I'm gonna go through all the details in this one video, in this one go, and you decide what you want to do. And I'm going to go logic by logic, step by step. I'm going to tell you what bullish they have, and I'm going to tell you what bearish scenario that they have. So number one, we're going to start off from the weekly and slowly try to move down to what you can do. So there are different traders with different opinion, and I'm going to tell you everything. And that's why sometimes trading is so tricky and so difficult to understand. Number one, some people are going to say this is three white soldiers and it's a bullish continuation pattern. Now, I'm not saying it's not, okay? And the only way to invalidate this three white soldier is to come down to 8,881. So let's also go to Google, and I'm going to give you proof, okay? Because I like to go on and implement logic, and you guys do whatever you want to do, because this is not an investment advice but more than educational video. So let's talk about education. When you have three green candles back to back like this one, that means the prices are meant to continue higher somehow. Now it can actually just come down like this, move sideways, and then in the future go up. But to invalidate three white soldiers, you really have to come down to the lowest part of the three white soldiers, which is 8,090, and that's actually going to be a very bad sign, okay? As long as you're above 8,971, you're really good. Now, if you're looking on a smaller time frame, this is going to bother you because that's a very big, huge drop to the downside, okay? Very, very big drop to 74%. That's actually going to bother you if you're scalping or if you're a day trader. This doesn't have anything to do with you. That's other type of trader we're talking about, okay? The second type of trader is the one who is holding long term, and I'm pretty in for the long term in Luna Classic. My members in the signals, I told them that Luna Classic is a coin that I believe long term can do big, and I'm supporting the coin. Don't get me wrong. I'm really a fan of the coin for a long term move to the upside. I do believe it can give like even an easy 10x from here, but it's gonna take time on the long run. Okay, so that means that if you're a swing trader, that actually comes in the second category of a trader, which is known as a swing trader. So if you're going to be on the swing side, and by swing trading means that you're holding this coin for days and weeks and months, I'm pretty sure that this is an amazing coin to hold. Now comes in the day trader, and let's dive into the daily. Okay, I've talked about the swing trader, so that's out of the way. When it comes to the daily, I told you today that Luna Classic came down and printed in this bear flag, and I told you it's gonna go back to the supply zone, get rejected at the supply zone, and try to move a little bit lower. So when you talk about the day trader, we focus on the daily time frame. Even a swing trader can focus on the daily time frame as well, and he focuses on the 4-hour time frame, right? All right. Now, here's where the fun part really kicks in. This is where I'm going to talk about the whole mind-blowing scenarios. Okay, so stick with me right now. And one more thing, I'm actually going to have to tell you to take my trading course and learn if you want to learn how trading works. Because if you take this course, I'm pretty sure you're going to save a lot of money in the future, and you're going to lose less. If you're going to lose a little bit, but you're not going to lose like you're going to lose but look like a winner. Is that what they say when you win a game, a hard-fought cricket match or a football match? Oh, we lost, but they look like a winner, So you lose, but you don't look dumb losing, okay? Not like a rookie anymore. So there's one thing about it on the daily time frame. The bear flag, number one, is still acting very big, and I do think that this bear flag is going to actually be a big resistance right now, and the technical target of the bear flag is actually going to take you all the way down where to nearly, let's say, 17,000, 16,000 ish or something like that, which I actually, when speaking of the daily time frame, I do expect it to really come down. I'm telling you again and again, this dirty retest to me looks like it's something that has to happen. I've been here for 6 years and I've seen these things, and that's why I'm telling you from my experience, they do tend to do the dirty retest and come down to 16. They can even make a wick down to 14 and then boom, go up. Okay, Now, that's the daily, and that's out of the way. And that's my take, my personal take. But hey, I'm going to give you another scenario, which are bullish scenario that are printing out in the charts on the 4-hour time frame. So here we are. Let's dive into the 4-hour time frame. Now, as a trader, you're going to actually jump into the charts of Lunar Classic, and you're going to actually tell yourself, maybe this is the chart that you looked out, and you didn't zoom out of everything to look the whole scenario. And I have to look at every single scenario. Okay, I'm not looking at things that I don't want to be on a confirmation bias and tell myself, oh, this scenario is amazing, this is going to play out. Now, number one, when you talk about the 4-hour time frame, some people are saying there's a falling wedge. All right, so let's talk about the falling wedge. This is the falling wedge, okay, and you broke out of the falling wedge. Amazing. It's a falling wedge. Congratulations. Okay, take the trade then. The technical target of this, falling wedge is going to actually be up here to 39,000 for a 23% move up. Amazing. But I don't really support this falling wedge, okay? I think it's just a sucker's game and, taking you in to make you consider, oh, even way more better. Let me tell you one more thing, okay? Let me tell you one more thing. Now, I'm not biased on anything. I'm not saying you cannot go up. You can definitely go up. But the thing is that there's another scenario on the 4-hour time frame right there. Oh, just look at that, okay? You broke out of the resistance. Number 1 here, number 2 here, number 3 resistance right there, number 4 resistance, and you broke the resistance, you back tested it, you're moving up. Even way more fun, you made this break of the resistance, you made this broke of a falling wedge, and there's one more pattern as well, and that pattern is going to be this one here. All right, okay, so let's actually remove another. You see how this is fun? But wait a minute. Okay, just a second, apply the brakes. Okay, so if this is the scenario of the falling wedge and you have this a little bit of a pattern right here, then you're looking to actually go back up to 37197, and you are on a technical target to go to 37197, but there's still an issue. And you might wonder, wow, if we're breaking out of all these all those patterns and things are looking so beautiful, then what is the problem exactly? You see, trading is not just what you want to see, okay? Let me tell you what your side is. Probably some of you just want this to go up. And I'm the one who's actually saying that Lunar Classic is amazing to move up. But you see, I go with logic. I don't actually tend to be on the side of my own personal feelings, okay? My personal feelings also say, like, come on, man, just do 100x and give me my money back. But when it comes down to trading, you take every single thing in consideration. Some people just forgot to zoom out a little bit, okay? They forgot to zoom out. And there's one, previously when we were up here near 43,000, I told you about the head and shoulder, and this head and shoulder, we're going to go and do the Google for the head and shoulder if you don't know about it. And that head and shoulder played out perfectly, and I told you it's going to go to 24k, and that was actually the ascending head and shoulder, something like this, okay? Very, very similar to what you see on this image right here, or perhaps you can see this image right there, okay? It's just like a normal human being with a head and shoulder. So that one, head and neckline right here. So this is going to be an extended video, very detailed video today, because there's a lot of confusion of what's going to happen, and I have to address everything. So you were supposed to go down to 25,000, and you did that. You perfectly went down to 24,000, and case closed, right? When we went down here, I made another video, and I told you we're actually going to fall back to the supply zone and maybe get rejected here and start to fall down. And that is the daily time frame here. The supply zone is on the daily bear flag. Actually, this flag that you see, that is actually gonna act like a big resistance. Unfortunately, when you dive into the 4-hour time frame, there's one more thing that people are still not talking about, and that's why I'm really scratching my head, like, what exactly is Lunar Classic really doing? So one more resistance that they didn't put in is this right here. Look at that resistance, okay? This is a resistance that people are not really talking about. And as a matter of fact, when you talk about this resistance right now, you're looking for this one. Actually, this is a bigger head and shoulder. Like, you had this small head and shoulder here, and now you have a bigger left shoulder, the head, and a right shoulder right there, okay? And if you talk about this one, then you're taking in the top here to the bottom, and that's a neckline, and it's another ascending head and shoulder. All you did is you broke to the downside, and my take is that you just broke down, you're going back for the retest, probably gonna get get rejected here and fall down, and you can see the technical target takes you to 14,000. And speaking of 14,000, then you're looking for a drop from there to there, and that's going to be a 54% drop to the downside. I've told you the whole scenario. Now let's say, to invalidate the head and shoulder with all this bullish scenario that I have, and if this bullish scenario try to play out and you start to go up, then it's important to break the neckline. Break the neckline, backtest the neckline, hold the neckline. From here, you've invalidated this whole bearish scenario. You've invalidated the bear flag on the daily. So you go step by step, right? I'm ready for anything happen, but I want to see it go up. Okay, if you want to go up, then let it go up and backtest and hold the retest. Amazing. I'm going to change my view. You might probably change your view as well. But what I do see is nothing more than, you can see this was support here. You had support there. You had support here. You came down, fall to that support again. Lost support, came down, going back for the retest. You're going to do something known as a kiss of death, and you're going to drop very badly to the downside. And that's why I was telling you in the very beginning that my scenario is that you do go down. And keep in mind, this is going to take you to 14,800. So let's remove all the drawings, and that actually aligns with the fact that I told you about the dirty retest. Okay, so it's important because this is overextended, like really overextended. From here you come down and you're gonna see this, as I told you before, that's gonna be this resistance there, resistance here, break to the upside, come down to maybe 14,000 something, make a wick, and then start to move back up slowly to the upside. And you will still be bullish on a weekly time frame, because on a weekly time frame, I told you, it doesn't really matter if you come down to 14,000 or 17,000. What you don't want to see for this coin is it comes down below 8,400. So it's still okay on a higher time frame to come down to 14, 15,000 and still continue higher, and that 3 white soldier will still be in play, right? So all these scenarios, like, I don't know, maybe this is one of those videos that I've really made for you to understand what's going on. One more thing is that, you know, the weekly hasn't closed. You have 1 day, 13 hours. But if you end up coming down to the weekly and close at 24,000 in 1 day and 13 minutes, then you're going to put in something known as a bearish engulfing candlestick. So let's talk about bearish engulfing candlestick here. And that's going to be something like this, bearish engulfing pattern. And all of this, again, you can learn from my trading course. You have way more information on this trading course than anything else from this video. 18 hours of contents, man. So here we are. And when you see that green candle and next to it a big red candle sell off, that's actually a bearish candlestick combined. On a weekly time frame, you can expect that drop. Next week can be red. Another scenario is if you maybe pull a little bit back up to even 39,000 and you close to 39,000, then you're going to make something known as a hanging man, and that's still going to be bearish. So here we are, and hanging man, just like that candlestick, like this one, and you can already see that. Look at this one. Exactly, this is what I'm trying to say. 3 white soldiers, okay, 3 white soldiers, hanging man in the middle. This hanging man is what I'm talking about, and then from there you drop down. Okay, so you can actually make that hanging man with this red candle and then drop down. So my best take about it is that the more candles, the more story, the better. Okay, and you know, when you do comparison, let's do a small comparison and let's come down to the last conclusion and my personal take. Just because I said it doesn't mean it's going to happen the same way. It can be invalidated again. Okay, instead of taking all these falling wedges, instead of taking these small candles like this and that, the more data you have, the more better. Okay, you have this whole data ever since 1st of September and 17th of September. I would rather take this whole information other than taking just small information and, you know, rely on my own personal feelings and I wish that it goes up because it's a falling wedge or a rounded bottom here. The bigger information data you have, the better. Okay, and that's what gives you solid decision and logic making when it comes down to trading. My personal take now is that, you know, this is something I cannot ignore, and we cannot ignore it when it comes to trading. It's a support that was actually being respected for quite a long time, and now all you have done is you have turned it into resistance, and it's a big left shoulder head, right shoulder, an ascending neckline, an ascending head and shoulder. And even instead of going down to 17,000, this is something that I just discovered, that you're actually looking to even do way more worse than 17 and coming down to 14,500. And that's pretty much it for this Lunar Classic update. Hope you enjoyed this one, and join the Discord, check out the course, and I'm going to see you the next one. Allah Hafiz.